Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. The last 5 to 6 weeks we've been doing the garden and re-landscaping it. In last week's video you would have seen we built this pergola, but today we're going to focus on painting the fence and installing our new flower bed. This is the paint we're going to be using. It's the Cuprinol Duck's Back. It's really good. When it goes on fresh, you can actually see the water come off it. Going for silver copse. I don't know what that says. Silver copse colour. It's like a greyish blue, and that's sort of the colour it finishes. Natasha's going to paint this while I start on the flower bed, and Lily's just going to supervise us from inside.
So this is the other side of the garden, and here's the fence that we built last year. This has only had one layer of paint on it. You can see down the side. We kind of got so far and then we stopped. And then I was meant to paint it another layer and I never got around to it. So the plan will be to, once we've done one layer over there, to come back over here and put the second coat on here. And then the garden office is going to be cladded with either cedar or larch. Not too sure yet, haven't really found a supplier. And another reason why we are waiting is because we've got all of this to clad, and then we are actually cladding around the window seat as well on the house. And at the front of the house we have a porch and a gable end, I don't know if it's called a gable end, that we also want to clad, so we're waiting on that. So we are unsure at the minute if we are going to paint the pergola too. I think we're just going to leave the pergola, you know, as the standard would, paint the fence, and then we'll see then after we clad the office whether we think we need to paint it or not. Leave a comment below if you think we should paint it.
One, two, 3, 4.
This is how far Natasha's got with the fence. I'm just putting these pegs in now and getting all this border sort of secure. And as you can see, I'm just digging down a little bit of a trench so I can get my second timber in. I know this looks a bit rough and ready, but we've got the material here left over from our previous house. We don't want to spend any more money if we don't have to. Even if this lasts a couple of years, we can always then replace it with sleepers in the future. So I've got these 150mm gravel boards in and level for the top, and then all I'm doing is just digging that trench, and then I can lift them up, pin them in place, and then backfill with earth once it's all done. With the 100mm gravel boards, all I'm going to do is I'm going to stagger the joints so it'll look like so, and it just makes it a bit stronger when I start tying it all in together. We've got the planter roughly in, I just need to finish off the end, and we've got the fence 2 coats all the way up to the pergola. So we're ready to start laying out the plants to see what else we need to collect. We've put plants roughly where we think they're going to go. We're going to head off to the garden centre to see if we need to get any more plants, and we're also going to collect a soil sifter because we're going to reuse a lot of the good soil which is full of stones just to build this up, and then we'll put some topsoil in the top. Natasha was meant to paint this fence with a second coat about 2 years ago, so she's finally doing that today because we're going to be starting to fill the planter up and we don't want to be painted with plants. I'm over the other side of the garden and I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. We popped to the garden centre to get some more plants to fill up some more of these spaces and other areas. We picked up a sifting or sieve for the earth because we've got so much good soil, especially out the front is just full of stones. So rather than having to buy loads of new soil just to fill all these planters and fill this area over here, I'm going to sift through the worst of this and just get some nice topsoil. I did order a ton of topsoil which was used for the planter, but I put about 100 mil of good soil from out the front in there and just topped off with the topsoil. So yeah, we're going to work our way through this and try and get as much of it used as possible. The easiest way for me to do this is to just shovel it straight into the pan, sift it off into one wheelbarrow, and then chuck all the stones and crap into the other barrow. I don't know if Natasha can see that from there, but yeah, that's the easiest way to do it, and then we'll have some nice fine soil. So that's it pretty much sifted, guys. You can see it's lovely and soft soil, nice and soft all the way through. I'm going to wheelbarrow this over there now and start backfilling that planter. So we've got probably about 8 or 9, maybe 10 ton of earth here, which was from the back garden, which was excavated. We also got a drop of hardcore, which we've got some left over because it was a full load anyway, otherwise I would have been paying for nothing. So that'll be good for down the side and the front garden eventually. So all I'm doing is finding the dark soil. I don't want any of this light brown stuff, that's clay, so I want to find the dark soil. I'm going to sift through that, and then it's going to be some good topsoil for on the back to fill the planters. So I'm just backfilling the planter with the topsoil that we've sieved through. It's lovely and soft. You can see there's loads of like breakdown of twigs and everything in this, so hopefully there's loads of nutrients in this to feed all the plants. I do have some topsoil left over out the front which is mixed with loam. Not sure what that means. It's quite thick, black and like sticky, but yeah, we're just chucking that on top and then planting our plants. So hopefully it all takes nicely and grows well. We've now planted all the flowers in this planter by here. Leave a comment down below if you know what the names of these plants are, because we haven't got a clue.
We know two.
Yeah, we know 2 of the names. We got eucalyptus and a lavender. So here we know 2 of the plants, but we've done this bed. We're going to move over to here where we just finished up the other one. So we've actually stopped just by here because I need to do some detail return in this corner, which we got loads of concrete in the way, and I got to do drainage around the front of the extension. So we've planted all these. I think they're quite nice mixture of colours and textures. Again, we don't know what these plants are apart from the, I forgot what it's called.
Wisteria.
Wisteria. A lot of people did say not to go for the wisteria, to climb over the pergola, but we've gone for it because we like the look of it. We weren't really big fan of the roses, and we're going to keep on top of it, trim it where it starts trying to grow into the fence, and the roots are far enough away from the house, so I think we'll be okay. And one of the plants we picked up, which cost a couple of quid, was this olive tree, but we think it looks really nice. Hopefully it does grow quite tall and branch off nicely and create some olives, which I can see some already. And then we just got to finish painting the feather edge fence. We're screwing back into this wall because the neighbour didn't want to take it down. Although it is our wall, we just thought it'd be easier to keep it up and clad over the front. And one more thing I need to do is take this water pipe off the wall. We put this up temporarily when we landscape in the garden. Just like that, another little job done. I've left this off by the end here because I'll probably trim all this back and put a nice meaty post in for a fence, and the same on the side by here. Last thing to do would be put the gravel board on, but I want to dig all this up first, and I want to get this water pipe dug and put in the ground, and then I can put that on at the end. When we installed this fence, guys, 3 years ago, there's steps in it because the ground levels were all over the place and it was just the easiest thing to do. Now we've got our ground levels right, we've got to cover this mud by here, and we're going to stick another gravel board in, but there's a big lump of concrete right by there where there's a post. Luckily, because of the way we laid the fence out, there's a post just by there where it drops, and there's also a post just behind me here, so it doesn't matter if a bit of concrete comes out, and it is also a metre in the ground from this point, so it's pretty much never going to come out. And just like that, guys, we've added another gravel board just to prevent all soil falling through, and then the new patio is going to be about up to here anyway, so that should hold it all in place for now. So yeah, eventually we will be painting all this. The slats have had, or the feather edge has had 2 coats of paint. The gravel boards we haven't, because we're going to do a bit of a clean on this. It's all dusty and muddy. But yeah, once we've cleaned it all off and we've done all the side down here, we can paint all this fence 2 coats of cuprinol, and it'll all look lovely like so.
I wanted to do a little DIY project of my own. I own a small business called Nats for Simple. I make a lot of laser engraved gifts. I wanted to make some garden plant tags. This is so we'd remember what plants we have planted. I used my Glowforge laser to cut and engrave these plant signs.
Here you have it, guys. That's the gardening pretty much done. At the moment we've got to do some patio slabs, but as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and make sure you subscribe because it's free, and we're definitely trying to grow this channel. Stick around for our next video because it's going to be something slightly different, a bit of a DIY project indoors, and we'll see you in the next one.